back. I am just here to do a combo video today. Basically, I want to talk about some of the upcoming projects, and then I also want to do a few little haul and unboxing things. Probably later today too, I'll get up a video more on some of the challenges, because there's Craft Roulette and another new challenge I want to try. But let's talk about the next thing that is coming up. So it was Christmas, and I took a bunch of pictures, and I found too that Walgreens will actually do these like portrait-sized ones, so I think these will be really fun to craft with. I have plans to do a mini album with some of my Christmas photos, so to that end, I picked up this Echo Park pad. I think this is Echo Park. Anyway. And I also picked up a related sort of ephemera pad. This is I Love Winter. This one is actually Winter Market. So let me just show you, sort of give you an idea of what some of these guys look like. I got these mostly as sort of, focal pieces and stuff like that. So, got a lot of neat stuff, a lot of snowmen and various cozy things. We are kind of over Christmas, but there's still a lot of winter to go. So basically for the album I want to do, I need two pieces. I really like this mitten one, so I think that's one I'm going to reserve. Let's just flip through this, and I'll show you what you get. That one I'm a little less thrilled with. This one's probably a good option. This one also might work. Little torn as to some of these. It says wintertime, snowflakes, freezing. Essentially for the mini album, what you do is you cut these into 5x7 sheets, and then you have 4 of them, so you have sort of 2 down and then 2 on the sides, and they fold in and then fold into a book, if that makes sense. This might be a good pairing, because we had the mittens and Coco, and this is kind of a nice non-directional pattern on the back, so I think I'll pull that for probably the mini album. My goal with some of the rest of this stuff, since there's a lot of non-directional patterns here, is to do another set of Kendra's Card Challenge. This is kind of neat. A little busy, maybe. Like, it feels like you'd use it as a focal piece. Something like that. And it's a fairly large pattern on the back side. The nice thing about doing a card challenge with this is, really, if there's a pattern you don't like, you can not have to use it. The snowman is really cute, actually. I like this pattern a lot. So anyway, I may go through and do that. And since you can only submit once per month, I'll probably just do it on my channel and do a previous one. It also comes with these sort of like focal pieces, so I may use one of these for like the cover. Like Winter Wonderland seems apt. And then these have some pretty nice, also, I think these are mostly non-directional patterns on the back. This one I don't know that I would use in, I don't think I would use these pieces, because these are pretty big. I mean, I guess, granted, they're basically like a card front, because this would be, I don't know, let me do quick math. This would be 6 by these are 4x6s, so you could cut these down a little bit and just use them as a card front and then just embellish it. So I might. I'm not super committed to this pattern on the back. These border strips are nice. I like this subtle snowflake, though, if I keep doing snowflakes. And then, of course, it comes with a bunch of stickers on the back that a lot of these would be very great for cards. I really like this snowflake border on the bottom, too. Anyway, so I think I'll save these things for a card series and probably use, I feel like these 3 patterns go together, because, these are kind of a similar blue, and then this teal color gets pulled into the mittens. Anyway, so I'll probably use these for the album. That's maybe a video coming in the next, I don't know, week or so. So we got that. And then we can go over to the side here and do some unboxings. Let's start out with some stuff I got from a couple giveaway hops, and I also got this one from my friend Kim's Etsy store, which, I could just use scissors, and that would be probably smarter. Which is Spooky Babe stickers, which I will link down below. This particular line is a little not quite what her stickers usually look like. She might actually have a sticker in here that has her info on it. If so, I will put it up. Let's just... She has been very focused on journaling lately. Well, not really journaling, but like planner stuff, which is not something I do because I basically keep all of my planning digital because it's a lot easier and your phone can remind you of stuff. But let's see, we will take this apart. And like, I love how she brands everything, and also like this is pretty thick. It's not quite chipboard, but it's a shinier paper, but it allows things to not get bent. And then you have it all folded up inside the invoice, which is cute. How cute, personalized. You should really check her stuff out. I got this for primarily part of this whole winter card line thing. So the long story with that is that I did a whole series that you probably saw at the beginning of the month, but those all have been given to charity now, so now I have no like cards anymore. So you almost always get some freebies, which is cute. And this one's cute too. I mean, this guy, little ghosty. I don't know. Her vibe is much more like this, right? Like it's much more of a spookier vibe. And I picked up a few Christmas things here, which I'm probably not going to use until next year, but that's fine. These trees actually potentially are not like super Christmassy, so I might use them in the winter. But I really got like this guy and like these guys to be sort of the winter color palette. Because if you look at sort of this palette, I feel like this all works really well together. And these have kind of they're not really sparkly, but they have kind of a like, I don't think they're foiled, but they have a very sparkly look to them. So basically like these three. And I like the size of a lot of this ephemera for the Kendra stuff. These almost act more like a background piece, like you'd use it like a matting circle and then put something on it. But we have lots of winter ephemera now to do that with. But she does a great job. Things were a little bit delayed during the holidays, but, everything's back to normal now. So that's part of the winter project. And then I had collaborated, well, not really collaborated, but I had participated in a couple of hops and challenges, and I actually won gift certificates to 2 different brands. I always love when they're like not in like the standard mailer, but this is Artful Angel, and we'll see if there's anything in here. Just an invoice. We don't need to see invoices. Anyway, so I got a $15 gift certificate. So the one I got for free was the cow stamp that, I don't know, lots of people in various crafting communities have been using. And it's got some very cute sentiments. I haven't seen anyone use this one. I think it's really kind of cool. I've seen a lot of people saying you look moveless. The Happy Birthday Heifer one, I've kind of seen it both ways, like, because, like, at some point that was sort of a pejorative. I think it would depend who you'd give it to. I think people wouldn't take it personally, but, I mean, the neat thing is this cow it's a Highland cow, so that's why the cow has horns and, like, crazy Fabio hair, but anyway, like, this image will be a lot of fun to color, so I want to use it in something. And then I wanted to try, Artful Angel also has this whole series of big greetings, so I always seem to not have a thank you for some reason, but, here's a lot of good ones. And you can see that they're actually separated the S, so it's really easy to basically do either thanks or thank you. And then there are some sub-sentiments here. They're kind of cute. For me, always, for being there, for always having my back. Anyway, ton of them. So, as you may remember, I had a lot of. I really liked their Christmas set. They had Santa. They had a Santa one, which had Santa and Mrs. Claus, and then they had one with elves that was a lot better. But in my opinion, anyway. And the other thing I actually won from. Anyway, they're great to color, and I use them a lot, and I'm gonna enjoy the cow a lot. The other one I got was a gift certificate to Waffle Flower, and we'll get rid of that. So it comes with a cute thank you with their customer service, talks about some of their new releases, of which this is one. This is the Birdie Bundle, and it, as you might expect, has birds in it, but I really like their packaging. They always have this sort of rainbow motif, which is neat. And this is cool because it comes in like... Oh, I didn't know they did this. This comes in like an actual bag, so you can keep all the stuff together. As I know, I've certainly, lost stamps and dies that were related. Oh, this is a really nice bag, because the stamps and dies are on opposite sides. Anyway, so the core die is this bird that has string that can attach to its little feet. I like that all the little pieces are kept together, because it's always difficult to not lose dies that are super tiny. Anyway, it has a little postcard. It's got a like an outline die and then an embossing die to sort of cut it with. And I've seen people do this in alternate colors, so then you can sort of paper piece it back together. If you do it in sort of a, I don't know, let's just say a letter color, and then a, like a red or something for the heart, and it can be sort of it's a more subtle sort of Valentine's Day look. The other thing the bird can carry is a box, and I actually got this because I thought the box would just be a good element to have, because, both the letter and the box, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the bird set. And then it also had some coordinating, florals and leaves and whatnot. You have 2 branches, and then you have these 2 branches of flowers, and then the flower insides here, so that you can sort of, you have a little one, and then 3 that are all about the same size. So, and you can see there's these little holes here are to get the pieces out, but they also serve as like a good place to know where to put a little dot of glue to adhere them together. So it's a very paper piecey kind of thing. And then it also came with bird sentiment, various ones. And it's interesting, some of these aren't paper hugs inside and wishing you clear skies and happy trails. A lot of these, I like that they're not specifically bird themed. I mean, I guess the ones about flying pair well with birds, but I mean, obviously you could use it with other stuff too. So I like this. I didn't realize that you get a really nice way to keep everything together. So I think that's definitely a bonus. I would definitely buy a bundle again, just to have that as well. So those are the 2 winning things. And then we have to talk about my favorite things, or MFT. So this is actually from Simon Says Stamp, because the thing I wanted was a previous release and sold out. But once I show you this, you'll get sort of an idea of where we're going with this project. Loved this Equalizer stencil, which was sold out on MFT. And then this was also a previous release. So I kind of like the size of this. What's sort of A2 size? Well, this ephemera pack's the wrong size, but so here's a 4x6. This is 6x6, so you'll get sort of an idea of that. If you cut it here, it would be sort of an A2. So this is a pretty prominent focal element. So he did this Equalizer and headset that I thought was absolutely cute. So I picked this up from Simon Says Stamp, and it was on sale. The long story with my favorite things is that they had contributed some paper pads to Kendra's card challenge, and I had gotten one, which I wound up not really using because it was sort of the same pattern, but in, I might have bought a few other things. Yeah. So it was sort of the same pattern that was color shifted, and I always kind of like not using the same pattern because I feel like, I don't know. It's not quite cheating, but it just sort of feels like, I don't know. Like, it's a lot easier to just use the same pattern. Like, let's digress for a second and say there is a paper pad I've been really excited to use. Oh, here's the time offline one. I wondered what happened to that. Anyway, so this is the cat scrapping his lumberyard, and I think this one's open. But as you can see, it's a very similar pattern, so I haven't used it for a card challenge, just because it seems like, you know, how could you mismatch it? Anyway, so I wound up not using the... Oh, this is very cute. Anyway, I really like cute packaging. And this is not terribly hard to do, obviously. One of my other favorite brands has cute packaging, too. But after looking at my favorite things, I was like, I really want to try a lot of their stuff. Because the line looked cool, and they do a lot of unique things. And there was a card kit I haven't picked up called Crafty Hands, which is very much like what we do, where it's basically cards where you have hands that are doing things and making cute, crafty things. But anyway, let us see what we have. We have a lot of pink tissue paper. Let me see if I can put this in a way that is more noticeable. And we'll just start digging in. And it says I get a gift, other than spending too much money. But the core of this was a card kit, but I bought a bunch of extra stuff too. So this was a free paper pack. So I guess we'll take a look at the freebie first. I'll say I wasn't super enamored with the freebie because it's basically a bunch of solids, which, you know, is nice to have, but it's also not super exciting. This is actually cooler than I thought it was. So it's called Colorful Canvas, and it's single-sided paper, but let me see. It's hard to see, probably hard to see on camera, but it has sort of a canvas texture. Oh, you can see it pretty well on the blue. Like, it has a subtle print to it, which is neat. They always have a deal where if you spend $60, you get a freebie of some sort. The other two I got were these pattern papers. This one is very blue and cyan, which you might have ideas about why I picked that, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then I got a black and white one, just because I think I don't really have many black and white patterns, and I tend to want to use them quite a bit. And let's move this to the side. And we got a card. It says, "Thank you from the team at MFT." And it has my name on it. Very cute. I love all those kind of personal details. Okay, so they had a lot of stuff on sale, so let me see if I can't fish out the things that have nothing to do with the other things. Here we go. Okay. And this stuff all goes together. So they had cute animal. So this was a freebie. It has a... Oh, this is very cute. It says Happy Mail, sealed with a hug. They're kind of like faux stamp or faux seals. Anyway. It says hand stamped for you and has a few other things. Well, this is really cute. It's basically like has all your sort of handmade-y kind of things, which I actually didn't have. I've been wanting to get that and sort of an interactive stamp set, so if you're doing like an interactive card, it tells people how to use it. But they had... I picked this up because I thought it was cute. These are just wavy greetings. And I like it because it's sort of a little... not quite the normal thing you'd expect. And it comes with some sort of banner garlandy things too. But I got it mostly because some of these, like, I like sort of these "Hey there, hello friend," just because those kind of sentiments, and they're often hard to find in stamp sets. Anyway, cute animals were on sale, so we have a lot of cute animals that are. So I got some that were winter themed because I knew I was doing the whole winter series. Here we have a bunch of snowboarding animals. They have wintry sort of sentiments like dashing through the snow and ready, set, snow. Happy birthday. And then they had this really cute cat in sort of cute winter clothes because these all have cute little winter hats on them. And it says things like, "You're my favorite napping partner." It's really cute. Their animals are really, really cute. I've seen them in a lot of instances. And then we have some cute little birds in sweaters with also happy winter sort of themed sentiments. It's the Midwest. It's going to be winter for like the next 3 or 4 months, so we're going to have lots of winter to do. And then I wanted to pick up some of their cats and dogs. I got in one of my swaps, if I can remember exactly where I put it. Shoot. I had just picked it out expressly for this purpose. Oh well. I'm sure we'll find it immediately after not recording. But I had gotten a dog set, so I also wanted to, and that had sort of more, I don't know, more doodly dogs, but I wanted to get it. They had these cute dog and cat, so I picked these guys up too. And then we get into what I actually wound up purchasing, which was a 90s card kit that has this add-on of a Walkman. And again, like with these little pieces, they kept it together in one die, which I appreciate. So this one is headphones and a Walkman, basically, which you could keep that centerpiece open. You could paper piece into it. You could put vellum in it. You could do a bunch of stuff. And then a bunch of mixtape-related sentiments. I won't read them all, but there's a whole bunch, and they're really, really cute. And then this is the actual card kit, and I love it when they put it in an actual thing, but we can take a look at it. We can take a look at the inspiration, and then so here's the inspiration. You could see sort of, you could either put a tape inside the Walkman, or, they don't have an example here, but you don't have to use the tape inside the Walkman. If you didn't want to, you could just put in some other piece. It comes with a pretty wide assortment of papers. I was interested because they have papers I haven't really seen before, and then here's the what is this? This is oh, it looks like it's their design team's favorite 90s songs, which is kind of cute. So it feels like relatively heavy. Oh, this is one of the special papers. This is the frosted vellum, which I haven't ever seen black vellum, so that is pretty neat. You have, of course, metallic, because who wouldn't want that? We have acetate. It is very, very sticky. Well, staticky. There we go. And then your more sort of standard vellum, although this is a pretty thick weight. It definitely feels a little thicker than like the Simon Says stamp ones that I've used before. And then you get into a lot of, I'll call them 90s kind of colors. This is a pretty vibrant color palette. And this is pretty thick cardstock. It feels very much like the Spellbinders, where it's probably like an 80-pound weight. So that's all the cardstock. And let's see what else we get. You get, of course, the sunglasses that are required when you're 90s crafting. You get our playlist is our favorite. Okay, so you get a bonus pencil as well. Can't tell if it looks like it's graphite, but it may or may not be. We get another thank you for purchasing the kit thing. They have a lot of really cute, like, material. But then you get into sort of the meat of the craft kit, which are basically, so you have tape sentiments, as in, like, coming off of the cassette. Love you, lover, mixtape, you rock, besties, there's just a heart one. One says birthday. And then there's some mini sentiments, which are basically the same. I want to say they're the same. No, they're a very similar size to the ones in the bonus set. And then you have your tape die, which is kind of the big focal piece here. So again, if you look at this compared to 6x6, like this is going to be a pretty big focal piece. Basically, I initially got this kit and was like, thought it would be great for a card challenge. But having seen the dies, I think I'll do more standalone cards, which is fine too. But that is all the MFT stuff. So that concludes our haul, and we have a whole bunch of projects. As you might, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff with the MFT stuff, and I'll put all my Simon Says Stamp things in here too. And yeah, I think we have lots of things, so that's basically our next two projects are going to be the Winter Card Series, and then we're going to use this 90s card series. We're probably going to do some stuff with some of the other stamp sets, but that is going to be what we'll be doing for the next couple months.